Hi dear viewers, and welcome to this tutorial about customer payment follow-up. Here at Pinkcars, getting invoices paid is often harder than it should be. Some of our customers have a lengthy and unreliable accounting process, and they take a while to pay us. So we decided to run follow-ups once a week after ensuring that all bank statements and payments have been reconciled. This way, we're not sending an email or a letter to a customer who's already paid. First, we need to make sure that our payment terms are correctly set up in Odoo, as we've seen in another video. Once it is done, let's see how to remind our customers to pay us for the excellent work that we do. This way, we can keep our cash flow stable and make sure we constantly have enough money to pay our suppliers and employees on time.
Hi Eva. Now, would you mind helping me chase our bad debtors?
Yeah, of course. Let's check that out in Odoo. To check out our follow-up reports, we need to go in the accounting application. To access those, you go through the customers menu and you have all your follow-up reports here. You see, we already have some reminders for which we need to take action. But if you take out the in need of action filter, you see we have all other follow-up reports always ready for the next steps. Here, let's take one of those. You have first in the reminder the email that is prepared, pre-configured, and you can update it, of course, on a case-by-case basis. So here, let's say I want to add a signature. I'm just going to save, and when I send the email for that reminder, it will have all my updates in it. Under it, you have the list of open invoices for that customer. If the due date is red, it means that the due date is passed and the invoice is late for payment. If it's black, it's still an open invoices that is not late yet, but the reminder always displays all the open invoices for that customer. If you don't want to include it in your email, in your communication, you can just click here and it will not be included in your communication afterwards. You have different actions that you can, of course, act for that reminder. You can decide to print a letter. So Odoo will generate a PDF that will be available for you to send by mail. You can also decide to send an email. So here you have a message displaying to you that your email was properly sent. And in the chatter, you see that here the body of the email that was sent. You can also send by post or send by SMS. Once you're done, you can just click here on done, and Odoo just sends you to the next reminder to deal with. Let's now check out how you can configure your follow-up in advance. So you need to go in the configuration menu and go in the Followup Levels menu first. I have already some follow-up levels available here. If I check one out, you see how it's constructed. So first, you want to know when you're going to issue that reminder. So here, I was saying after 15 days overdue. If you want to send it before the invoice is overdue, in that case, you can just put a negative number. So let's say here, -2 days. And your reminder will be generated even before the invoice is late. You can also define which actions you want to undertake for each reminder. So you can send an email, send an SMS, print a letter, but you can also design a manual action. So if it's a specific case or something else, you can click here, activate the manual action, and decide which action you want to undertake. Let's say I want to call the client like this, and I'm going to save. Let's now go back to the follow-up reports to see what the changes are in the reports. Okay, so you see here I have different reports here. Let's check one out. You see now in my follow-up reports I have the call the client activity here available as a button for the manual action. Again, I can just click on it here and decide to be done with it if it's ready. You can also decide for each client to classify them if those are bad debtors, good debtors, by just clicking here in the little button here. Here, Peter Parker is a really good debtor, so I want to point that out. Now I'm done here. Super easy, super convenient. You can also decide to treat your follow-up reports in mass edit. So if I click on here, I select the follow-up reports and go to action, I can process my follow-up reports all at once. And if they need to send a letter here, for example, it would generate the PDF for me for all the follow-up reports that I selected. That's all for me in this video. Thank you for watching. Ciao a tutti.